Hey, this is Joe from Cell Phone Geek. Hey, we're gonna talk a little bit about today is browse like Bond, like James Bond, how to surf the web like a spy. Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but every time you go to a website, like you're here on this YouTube video, your ISP, which is your internet provider service, they are recording all of the websites you go to, all the URLs, and your IP address. So if they ever have to look back and see what websites you've been on previously, they have a record of it for everybody that surfs the internet. So if you look at good websites, bad websites, whatever kind of websites you look at, they are being recorded somewhere, and they can be used against you or with you. Um, so you gotta be careful where you go. So on this video, I'm gonna show you there's a couple of tips and tricks you could do to prevent yourself from being watched or recorded of what sites you go to, and you can prevent from being attacked in the future, or have a long history of websites you've been to that you shouldn't have gone to, either at home or at work or at a public place. So it says when you surf the internet, everyone is watching. Well, obviously the companies are watching that give you your internet service. Excuse me. First of all, tracking companies, search engine, social networks. Try to learn your habits for advertising purposes. So, like if you go on Facebook or on a website looking for a dog or a puppy that you want to buy, and then you leave there and you go to Facebook and you log in and you're posting something on Facebook, and on the right side some ads pop up and they're talking about puppies, like the puppies you're just looking at, which that's pretty much what this is doing, is they're watching and tracking what websites you go to, and then they try to post ads that are going to be like your interests. So like you're looking at those puppies, and all of a sudden they're there on your Facebook page. Facebook can see what websites you've gone to previously before you came there, and then they'll put ads similar to that their on your Facebook page, so you can check them out and hopefully buy stuff through Facebook instead. So there's ways of getting around that also. Your internet service provider monitors every move to make sure you're not doing anything illegal. So like if you're trying to sell drugs or whatever online, they're able to watch, and if you are doing that, they can shut you off. They'll shut your internet off, and there'll be authority knocking on your door, which isn't good. Then also, government analysts somewhere might think you're interesting because of a suspicious phrase you used in a tweet, so they can watch you from that. On the other side of the law, there are scanners and hackers waiting to pounce on any opportunity to steal your identity and your money. Many people believe there's nothing they can do to prevent such snooping. A master spy like James Bond can browse the internet without leaving a trace. Sure, but not regular folks. Actually, that's not true. You can too, which we'll tell you here in a second. It's not as hard as you may think to browse anonymously and preserve your privacy. All you need are a few tools and some coaching in covert ops. That's where I come in. Just call me Commando, Kim Commando. I get a lot of stuff from her. She's a very good computer person. So we're gonna here go and do spy training. Hackers use viruses to exploit your computer and steal personal information. Your first line of defense is always keep a clean machine and make sure your security software is up to date. I have plenty of excellent free security software in my security center. I'll put a link to this website on this article in the video description down below, so you can come and check it out. And you can read this whole article all the way through. I'm not going to read it all the way through. I'll just give you some main points here. Like one thing you could do to every time you browse somewhere, stores cookies on your computer, like about that dog site that you were just on, is put a cookie on your computer so all the websites can catch you to see, hey, you were on this dog site. Well, if you use a program called CCleaner, you may have already be using this, but if you run the CCleaner program, it'll clean out all the cookies on your computer from all the websites you previously have been on. So next time you go on Facebook, it won't know that you were looking at dogs previously, so it won't put any ads up there about dogs. Pardon me, which is good. So you can clean out your cookies and that sort of stuff, and it also improves the functionality of websites, and then they can't track you as easy. Actually, they can't track you from where you previously were if you clean off your cookies, which is nice, and also any other cache and stuff that builds up. So if you use CCleaner, it'll clean all that out. You want to make sure that it doesn't record you in the first place. Next time you want to kill an hour or watch a puppy cam without leaving a digital footprint on your computer, toggle to private or incognito browsing mode. All major browsers have it listed in the program's main menu, which is kind of cool. So you can go and surf the internet privately. I'm currently using Firefox. I know I don't have it. The bar showed up, but let me see if I can show you here. Yeah, right here it says start private browsing, which you can just hit Command Shift P. So if you're running Firefox, you could just hit Command Shift P, and it'll put you in privacy browsing mode. So then it's harder for them to track what websites you've been on. It's under Tools, and then it's Start Privacy Browsing, or you can hit Control Shift P. Pardon me. So that's kind of a cool feature, and it's easy to do. You don't have to install anything else. And I believe you can do it in Internet Explorer and in Chrome. I'm not sure where they're listed. It's probably under Tools as well, so you may have to Google that and find out where it is in those browsers. But for Firefox, that's where it's at, under Tools, and then Start Private Browsing. Alright, when you do a private browsing, it prevents history and cookies from being saved on your computer, but it does nothing to mask your internet identity. So so if anybody grabs your computer and looks at your computer, there's no record of you being on those sites, so your computer's clean. Pardon me. Field Agent, when you're online, your ISP gives your computer a unique internet protocol address. Individual computers and web servers need these addresses to exchange data. You don't really need to know exactly what that means, but an IP address doesn't identify you personally, but it reveals which ISP you use in your general geological location. That's how Google brings up a list and a map of the nearest Safeway in Albertsons when all you searched for was grocery stores. Pardon me. So by them having your ISP, they know the approximate area you live in. So like if you're an internet provider, or if you live in the Chicago area and you get your internet there in Chicago, which obviously you have to, then when you go on the internet, it knows that you're in the Chicago area. It doesn't know your exact location of your home, only your internet provider does. But other websites, they know that you're in this certain radius, this certain area, which could be a couple miles around. So then they'll try to bring in advertisements that are for your area. Sorry about that, pardon me. Thankfully, you can there's ways to distinguish your IP address. A web-based proxy server will allow you to enter an address of a site you want to visit, and the proxy service requests a website and displays it for you. So you can, if you go to a website that is a proxy website, then you can punch in where you want to go. Like you go to the proxy website, which you could just Google proxy websites, and then a whole like thousands of them will come up. And once you go to one of those, and then there's a box, you type in your URL, so you can type in facebook.com and hit go, and then it will load Facebook in your same web browser, but it will not be coming from your ISP. It will be coming from that proxy, which could be in another country, or it could be in the US or wherever you live. So you can try to cover your tracks that way, which doesn't work. It's not perfect. So if you're doing illegal activity, I still don't recommend doing this. If you're doing like illegal activity, you shouldn't be. Nothing illegal should be going on. But if you do want to trace your steps for whatever reason, this is good, but it's not bulletproof. So you can still be traced back. It just is a little bit harder to do. The site you visited can't track you, and the ISP doesn't know where you've gone either. But there is, like I said, there is ways they can track you back to find out where you go. All they gotta do is ping you back, but that's for another time. Alright, web-based proxies work entirely through your browser. There's no need to download software or reconfigure settings. Yeah, which is real easy. So you just go to a website, and basically that website just brings you to another website securely. I'm not going to go any more detail than that. You can do your own research on that. There's little, if any, security in the connection. However, don't use a proxy to send sensitive data, and be aware some apps that work within browsers such as Java and Flash can also betray your ISP while you're using a proxy. See, so there's some loopholes there where they can still figure out where you're at. if you want to take the next step, you can download a proxy system like Tor. This routes all of your internet traffic through volunteer servers around the world. No one can track you, which is pretty cool. If you're authorized to use your home computer to access your company or school network, you're using a virtual private network. Many VPN providers offer subscriptions to individuals. So you can get that program. It's called Tor, T-O-R, and it will cover your checks pretty good. VPN will cost you, but you'll gain a high level of encryption, some reliability, and greater intelligence with your gadgets. It'll make you anonymous and secure web browsing. Your email and chats are also safe, even if you're using a public Wi-Fi, which is pretty cool because you're tying into somebody else's network before you're going out to the internet. Why should I share this? To help enhance your privacy and security. What you do online really is no one's business unless you want them to make it your business. But please don't get the idea that a VPN or a proxy server will let you get away with illegal activity. Law enforcement can subpoena the records of the ISPs and VPN providers and trace suspicious activity to your home computer. Just like I said, if you do it, they can still pull it up, especially if it's illegal activity. They have ways of getting around it, which aren't actually that hard. Anybody can figure it out. All I gotta do is do a little Google searching. But anyway, so don't do it for illegal activity, but just so Big Brother's not watching you 24/7, you can use this so when you surf the internet, everybody doesn't need to know where you're going or where you've been. James Bond, Master Spies always keep a secret cache of currency and fake passports in case they get in a jam and need to drop out of sight. They also need a way to anonymously use any computer that's handy. That's possible with a bootable USB stick or DVD loaded with Tails, which is a pretty cool program. The free open source package bypasses the computer's internal operating system and hard drive. Tails was developed to allow journalists and human rights advocates stationed in oppressive regimes to work and communicate safely, which is pretty cool, and it's another free download here on the page. I'll have another video of setting up that little software. The Live Boot Unix operating system works on Mac and PC. It's a built-in customized browser, takes advantage of the previously mentioned Tor network. Browser extensions block ads, Java and Flash. Other tools in the package encrypt your email, instant messaging. There's even free productivity software such as OpenOffice and more if you need to get a top secret report done. As 007 would say, brilliant. So that's a cool little software. Alright, thanks for watching. Post any comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.